Run dreams.
after this like Jay-Z project? Yeah, is this like a CD you're gonna like kind of live with for a while, or
Yeah, definitely. Like, I guess we're cut from a different cloth that we can actually listen to an album for longer than a day, because that seems to be like how people consume music nowadays. They'll hear something for a week, and then in 2 weeks they'll be like, "Yo, where's the new album out?" You know what
yeah,
I'm
we
saying?
talked
Like,
about that in the last one.
yeah, we did. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna live with this for forever, man. Like how I consume music a lot is like I'll be playing like Street Fighter or some shit, and I'll just be listening to this shit while I'm playing, So that'll be like hours.
Right.
So
Something that we missed though, which crazy you missed it, the Tyler the Creator. What do you
yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah,
what's
yeah,
going on with that? Like I seen the
yeah,
video,
yeah.
might not be popular opinion, but I was kind of stumped after I saw it. I don't get me wrong, it was dope. Like the song was hot, but I was kind of confused after watching it. I'm like, all
What
right,
do you?
where's this going?
I mean, it's just. I mean, in what way you thought like it was supposed to be like an actual
Album.
I don't know, like it wasn't. Oh, album you mean?
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know, I was expecting a project, and just
Yeah,
to get one song from
yeah. That threw me
Tyler
off a
is
little bit
like,
too.
it threw me off a little bit because I'm like, I don't know what I didn't know what to think after I saw it. Like I already, just from a vibe standpoint, I already knew the song was dope. Just
Yeah.
all from a vibe perspective. But as far as what I took away from it, I didn't really like. It didn't leave me with like some sense of information. Like I kind of still felt like there was stuff missing.
Well, I mean, there's no title as far as we know. There's no release date as far as we know. So it's like that was random as hell. Like nobody knows anything about this.
Yeah,
I
cause
mean,
I
it's
didn't.
obviously,
Another thing
yeah,
was the video as well. Like I don't think, I, I mean I might be wrong, but I don't see how the video has to do anything with the album. Cause last time when he dropped something with Cherry Bomb, we already knew that was like gonna be the theme right there.
yeah,
So I don't understand the direction of this project just based off that video. Like I'm not sure where he's going with it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we have very little information at this point, but yeah, like you said, song is dope. Video looks cool ass
Yeah, he
effects and
always
shit.
does dope ass videos, man.
Yeah, but yeah, we have very little information about that shit. I have no idea. Um, Basically, yeah, that shit looks like like we don't even know if it's done yet. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be a single that is like in the early stages of the album, release. This could be like months away. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's important that he, just in my opinion, I think it's important that he puts his project out like as soon as possible because we haven't heard from him in a long time,
Yeah,
and I feel like as far as Tyler the Creator goes, I feel like he's an album away from just being that dude because
yeah,
he's always like kind of hiding in the shadows somewhere, and people don't give Tyler the respect he deserves because he's a fucking crazy talented artist.
yeah,
But we forget about him because he takes on so many other things as far as like directing and doing
yeah,
his radios, all that stuff, cartoons,
yeah,
whatever it is he's doing, clothing. We kind of
yeah. Shout
forget
out
all
to
that
him.
stuff.
Shout out to him having I think he just announced a new show with Viceland and shit, where he like
Yeah, I seen that.
sees how different shit's created, and then he did the theme song for Bill Nye's Netflix show. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I fuck with like just him artistically. I love what he's doing artistically, but I feel
Yeah,
like I want people to. I want more people to know about him because I feel like his what he does for music is really important. I'm all about people changing the sound of music. I feel like if we have a lot of artists out there that kind of have this different sound other than what we're used to hearing, it'll open
yeah,
up a lot of people just from a younger generation standpoint. And it'll make it a lot more acceptable for upcoming artists and other artists to kind of just be themselves and do something different, man, and not kind of create whatever the hottest person is making in order to be accepted from a new crowd. So
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
it's important for, guys like him to put out, music and just push the culture forward because his shit is really dope, man. And I feel like a lot of not enough people know him for his music. They just like him for his personality and stuff like that.
Yeah. One thing that's like, this is a super music nerdy type of comment, but it's true, is that this guy, one thing he does that's super underrated is like his, this is a fucking weird turn, like the drops he does in his songs. Like if you just listen to his shit, right? He'll have like, because we know as people that create music, how patterns and shit work, in a song or in a beat or whatever. Like this guy knows how to fucking drop a sound and a beat and bring it back in like better than fucking anybody. Just listen to this. Even the new single that just came out, right?
Yeah,
He'll introduce like a lead synth or some shit, and like I don't know, just the way he'll remove it and bring it back in is fucking like it's super technical if you listen to it. I don't know if I'm assuming he's the one that's doing that because it's been a style he's been doing for years now. But he's
right.
fucking crazy good at doing that shit.
That's the thing, man. We need more of that shit, man. Like
Yeah,
I want to see more of Tyler the Creator. I want to see more people talking about him. I want to see him get more respect in the game because I feel
he
like he
definitely deserves more
is.
respect.
He does, man. He's one of the most talented artists. Like he's producing his own shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He's writing his own shit. He's doing his own videos. He has his own style. He got his own clothes. Like this guy embodies everything that I kind of respected growing up.
yeah,
Looking up like we was talking about last time with the Pharrell Kanye type of thing.
yeah,
He's one of those type of guys, and like
yeah.
I feel like he could get that type of respect as well. Just from an overall standpoint. But I feel like he's I don't know maybe he's fine with where he is, but I would love to see him just get even bigger because he's that dope, man.
Make up your mind. Is this gonna be for real this time? Cause I'm loving every minute of it. And every time I see your face, I know you're thinking of it. That's just the truth, I bet you know it. Don't you take your time. You aging like a glass of wine. I will wipe it when you 50 something. And don't act like you won't still be posting pics and nothing. You gon' be bad as hell even when you old. Who's gonna lose control of themselves? And who's gonna send somebody to hell? I know that I'm not who I used to be, and I know that you see that it's a new beginning. I don't wanna sound full of myself, but my girl look like a supermodel. Just know that I'ma do whatever just to make her happy. Lucky that I met her. 'Cause she's down, and I know, yeah I know, yeah I know. 'Cause she's down, and I know, yeah I know, yeah I know. I know she said she down, she still need to prove it though. And I don't mean no cheesy shit, she seen the movies though. She be there when I need her cause she's so committed. I don't know if I deserve it, I'm like Linda, listen. Oh my mama, I swear she's the truth, she's so fly. Independent, she make up her own mind. Never late for nothing, always on time. And she all mine, but who's gonna lose control of themselves? And who's gonna send somebody to hell? I know that I'm not who I used to be, and I know that you see that it's it's a new beginning. I don't wanna sound full of myself, but my girl look like a supermodel. Just know that I'ma do whatever just to make her happy. Lucky that I met her. She's down, and I know, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. Cause she's down, and I know, yeah, I know, yeah, I know.
Party Next Door dropped something.
He did. Yachty's album, great.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Give it a listen, bro. I honestly would love to hear what you had to say about that. I'm not, I'm not one of these guys that cares that much about, if somebody has, like, you have to have bars. Like, everybody has their lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I definitely believe in that everybody has. It's like music. The way I always describe music is a form of expression. It's art at the end of the day.
yeah,
So just like art, everybody draws different. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say, oh, this person, oh, because he draws like this, he draws better.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's the
exactly.
same logic applies to music as well. It's like Yachty just he draws different with his art. So
Yeah.
you got to look at his art in a different way. And that kind of goes to a point that I have about this Jay-Z project
Right.
just going forward. This
Mm-hmm.
new shit that dropped is like for the most part I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about it, but the like I did see some like negative reviews from a few people,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, on social media, and like one of the things that people say is like, "Oh, it's just like it sounds boring," and I heard that about Kendrick's album as well. I heard
Yeah.
that about like Childish Gambino's project. It's like people are not willing to accept that as a possibility. Like maybe it's just you're not built to hear certain type of music. Like we
Yeah.
have a broader range as far as what our ears like to hear. There's
Right.
certain people like they want to hear a certain style. If they don't hear it off the rip, it's like, oh no, this is trash. They don't even take the time to try to dissect the actual message, which is the most important part of the project. Like there's like a message that's way beyond what you're hearing on the first listen. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first listened to 444,
Yeah.
when I heard it, I was kind of like, what is this? Like it's starting off slow for me, and then as
True.
the songs kept going on, I noticed, okay, this is like this is gonna be the whole project. So at that point, I had to adjust my ears. Some people don't have that ability to do that. They listen and they go, "Oh, what the fuck is this, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is trash, man." And it's like, nah, bro. When you initially turn an album on of one person, it's not like no DJ Khaled shit where the shit's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one sound. You gotta right then when you notice it, you have to adjust your ears and focus in on what you're listening to, and put your mind in for that. It's like when you go to the movies, and you go watch a movie. You
Yeah.
know what type of movie you going to watch. I'm going to watch a scary movie. Okay, so I'm prepared to watch something that's scary. So I'm in that mindset of watching a scary movie. I'm not sitting here waiting to laugh about stuff. If I'm going to watch a comedy, same thing. Action movie, same shit. I'm not expecting for dudes to be like making jokes in a drama movie. So it's kind of
Right.
like the same thing for all platforms with music as well. And that's kind of something I've been seeing just a little bit, but overall, from what I've been seeing, is like a lot of love from this project, which it deserves because this shit is like probably one of Jay-Z's best works that he's put together.
Agree. Yeah. I mean, what I appreciated about the most, and I even spoke to you a little bit about it, was that he kind of speaking to that point about people kind of being turned off because it has a certain style that they don't like or whatever, is that this just sounds like authentically him. You know, he's not trying to please everyone. You know, he just kind of made the album that he wanted to make and made the style of music that he wanted to make, which is always appreciated because when anybody tries to kind of be like, "Hey, man, you know, I'm still hip. You know, I'm young. I still got it," and
Right.
you try to make what the kids want to hear, it sounds forced and really artificial, man.
Yeah, it
So
always backfires, man. It never
yeah,
works out. That's why, and like I was a little confused when I played it at first, but like probably within minutes I understood. Like I
yeah,
don't understand what's so hard about that concept to get. It's like, yo, he's doing something different, man. Like I heard him. There's like points in the album where he kind of sounds like he's just rapping off beat. Like he'll just start talking in the middle of the song, and it's like, what is he doing? But it's like, yo, this is all for this art. And if you know Jay Z, if you know the history, if you're a real Jay Z fan, he's always rapped like that. It's just
hmm
a little more noticeable because he's doing it on more than one song. But
and
he's
also he's
always
doing
done
it.
that.
Also, the era that he's doing it in, you know, it's like it makes it even
Exactly.
more noticeable.
Yeah, it
Um,
reminds me a lot of when Childish Gambino put out his album,
yeah,
completely different from
completely.
what
Like,
everybody was expecting.
yeah,
It's a sound that we know, we've heard it before, but for him to do it at that time when we was expecting him to just, get on some like trap style stuff,
yeah,
we heard this and we're like, okay, first song comes by, second song, and we're like, oh shit, this is like a different project right here.
yeah.
It's like that.
And
I had that same feeling when listening to this one.
yeah, like uh yeah, on like that point, more artists should be doing this, you know? Like, and I'm glad that Jay-Z obviously being like the the god of this shit at this point, right? Him doing that hopefully inspires a lot more, you know, a lot of more mainstream artists to do the same, you know?
Yeah.
Because radio doesn't dictate anything anymore and it hasn't for so many years now, but I think finally that labels and just artists in general are starting to catch up to that notion that you don't have to make these fucking generic ass pop songs, or in the hip hop world, you don't have to make these really catchy trap songs all the time. You can just make anything that, you know, sounds true to you and your sound, and as we saw, it's well received because people are, like you mentioned, so programmed to hearing a certain style, which, let's keep it real, is just trap for as far as hip hop is concerned,
Yeah.
that anything outside of that is outside the norm and is like catches them off guard, and they like I see this a lot, man, because I'll be playing ball with some kids or something, right? And you know, I know what they listen to. I know exactly what they listen to.
Yeah.
You know, kids were like 15, 14, 16, whatever. And as soon as something that like if this album was to play in that setting, I don't think they would receive it well, you know? They wouldn't like it. I'm sure they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
it's just because that's what they're so used to hearing, that anything outside of that is straight garbage. And this is the kind of the stigma that I've seen a lot of you know, fans, similar people that listen to music that way. They feel the same way about people like J. Cole, you know? Like you see on social media, there's this sort of rhetoric somehow that he's boring, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the joke with J. Cole is like, oh, he's boring, man. Oh, yawn. I'm about to, and it'll be like memes of people sleeping, listening to J. Cole and shit.
Yeah.
And you know that just kind of further is just further evidence that anything outside of trap right now is getting no love from the youth in general. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying like,
Yeah, because there are
generalizing it.
young people out there that, like, I go back to what I was saying as far as having, it's not, it's just about being kind of like brainwashed at some point where you kind of, your ears are used to a certain uh a sound. As far as a beat goes, you're used to a certain flow. Like even the flow on the album is a Jay-Z type of flow. It's just different.
Yeah.
But if it's not the a flow that's being used right now, like no 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 no, hey niggas be on my day, hey
Yeah. Yeah.
like just shit like that, like just that a skirt skirt type flow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if it's not in that type of cadence, it's not something that is like clicking. So when they hear that off the rip, they go, nah man, I can't fuck with that because it don't have that bounce, that vibe that I want. And it's
Yeah.
not that it's trash. We have to stop calling shit trash just because you're not feeling it off the rip. It's just that your ears are not trained to hear anything else but that style.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people are very lazy listeners, and their ears are only capable of listening to a certain type of sound. And that's not limited to young people. That's adults as well.
Oh yeah,
Adults
definitely.
are kind of getting like forgetting that what music used to be at one point, because this style has like been in the game for like a decade at this point. It's
Yeah.
almost like you don't know nothing else. So that's all you know. So when you do hear something different, your ears are not ready for it. So within that process of not understanding something, you just immediately rule it trash. And that's not the case. It's just that you just you're not it's not something you're capable of understanding.
But here's a question though, right? Is because yes, everything we've said is true, but a fair question to ask is since Jay is so successful, right? We all know Jay-Z is like this super billionaire. He doesn't even need to do music, right? But he's so successful. Is it fair to say that he can get away with doing this because he doesn't have to like, be noticed like that anymore? Like you look at sort of like if you look at any rapper right now who's not Jay-Z level, who's grinding still and tries to do what he did, will they get the same love? I don't think so.
They won't get the same love as Jay-Z because like you said, Jay-Z's already established.
Yeah.
But to say that someone else can do this album, I wouldn't say that that's true. Someone else can do this album, but that would have to be the style they got introduced as. But you have to be like sort of established and have a good fan base in order to do that because it's more accepted, which says a lot about listeners that you kind of have to be tricked into listening to a certain style.
True.
Because like if I have to use an example about myself is I would say pop chill wave type of stuff. It's always been deep rooted in me.
Yeah.
I've just never been able to bring that side out because of the just a just the general consensus of what people want. They want a certain type of music. So sometimes I fall victim of playing into what other people want.
Yeah, as
But
most people.
I have like other shit like that's way off, from what I do now, like just some like real pop stuff, chill wave stuff that
Yeah.
I've been working on to put out, but I've been sitting on it because it's a lot different than my sound, and people are not gonna get it. But if that's what you started out with, if that's what Jay started out with, or anybody for that matter, if that was their style of music, this totally could have been an ill album from anybody. So I wouldn't really say that this album is not dope, if somebody else did it, like, oh, it's only dope just because we only giving it credit because Jay Z.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say that. I think it's just a dope album in general. It's just a little confusing to some people, in my opinion, because it's a hard listen in the beginning, because there's nothing out right now that currently sounds like that, which is a good thing.
All right, so I have a list right now of the 2017 albums that I think we probably heard or maybe not. So, Migos with Culture, um, Migos is killing it right now. I'm not even gonna front. Like these dudes, like they're killing it for real. Like who is it? Quavo and Takeoff. Like they're doing features for everybody right now. It's crazy.
Right.
Um,
Culture was dope, man.
yeah, I
I
liked
like
it.
that album.
Um, they have a song in there. I think it's a white shirt, some shit. I forgot what it's called, but that shit's hard. Anyway,
Yeah.
Drake with More Life. Obviously, we know, Drake album. A
More
little,
Life
a little
is
long for my taste, but I liked it. It wasn't bad.
I loved More Life. This is not a diss to Drake or anything because I really like that album. I have it on my phone, and if I have your album on my phone, I think that says enough. I don't have to say anything else.
Right.
But my problem with with Drake is, and it's not really a problem, is I feel like he's outgrown this style and he's kind of gotten comfortable with it. Like I'm waiting on his like To Pimp a Butterfly moment. I'm waiting on his 444. I'm waiting for him, for his type of Childish Gambino style album
Right.
because I know Drake is capable of creating, you know, something else other than what he's doing. But if you go back to So Far Gone,
Phew.
Drake has joints on there that's like completely on some other shit. And I think if he could you could just see like the type of shit that he likes from the artists that he signs. Like look at Magic Jordan.
Yeah.
Like Drake has songs like that before he even signed them on So Far Gone in that type of style. I would
Yeah.
love to see him, get into that style more and try to change it up and I don't know, just do something different. It don't have to be that, but I would like to see Drake make a different album because he's basically like he's basically the guy in the game that everybody looks at. He sets the trends and it's like everybody stops what they're doing and kind of copies him. Like he's on this freaking Jamaican wave. Everybody does it
Yeah.
after him. So I feel like his influence is so strong that if he actually pushed the envelope and created like a different type of album, that everybody would be like, oh, maybe it's not all about this trap shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's gonna like it's just like how Jay was. Jay like was like, oh, we ain't fucking with jerseys no more. We got button-ups. It's almost
Yeah.
like that. Like Drake has that type of
Yeah. He
power
he has that power. Yeah.
to change how people are creating music right now. And I would like to see him, be the leader and change the style. Because Kendrick has done it, but nobody looks at Kendrick like that. Nobody's like, oh, I'm going to copy what Kendrick is doing.
Nah.
We just respect Kendrick from an artist standpoint. But as far as like,
His
just on
influence
some
is
like,
Drake's influence
yeah,
is crazy on the youth and
his
shit.
influence is it's bigger than anyone else's. So if
Yeah.
he did something different, I think a lot of people would follow, and we would get a lot of different music and a lot of people trying more, and
I
not
mean,
the
yeah.
same type of stuff.
To your point, like on So Far Gone, I remember him having. There's like a few tracks that are fucking super like way ahead of their time, which was
Yeah, he did this remix to what's that chick's name?
talking about the
Like
like
Leaky Lee or
Licky
some shit
Lee.
like
Yes,
that.
that joint was hard. Yes,
He did that. He did some shit to
he
the
had some
Beach
shit.
Boys song.
Let's call it off was his fucking crazy
Yeah,
ass
with to
track.
the Beach Boys shit. And I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, people don't people don't have never seen that side of Drake. If you
no,
grew up in this generation of music, you probably didn't hear So Far Gone. You
no,
probably didn't know Drake at that point. But if you go back and listen to that, he's had some other shit.
yeah,
And it's like, cause I only reason I'm saying is because I was listening to So Far Gone a little while back, and I'm like, yo, I want to hear this type of Drake.
yeah. Then you got let me see, we're here. Future with Hendrix. I don't even know if I let me see. Future with Hendrix. Yeah, I did hear the joint.
I'm
You
not
know,
gonna lie, I didn't hear that.
you didn't hear this
I've
one?
only heard the singles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably the same boat because I don't think I heard that one. Big Sean with I Decided. That was in February.
I haven't heard that one.
No,
Nah, I
that's when
didn't
they
hear.
got bounced back and all that shit and the singles. I
I've
mean, the
heard the
singles were big.
singles. but
Yeah,
I haven't
I
heard
mean,
the album.
I liked it a lot. People kind of like to put him in some weird kind of box to saying that he's not growing as an artist either or whatever. Um, I don't know. I mean, I just think he makes good music. I think he doesn't deserve any of the flack that he gets in that regard. But you know, like I said, I'm a music fan. I could care less about the politics people try to put around it. But
Hmm.
whatever, he's doing his thing. DJ Khaled with Grateful. Now this for me, I kind of wanted to speak on because I know this is very recent, but I was able to hear it, and I just think that this for me personally was too much.
I haven't heard it, so you could tell me more about
Okay,
it, cause
it's a bunch of well produced songs, great production, high quality, whatever, but it's like apart from the singles, which is Shining, I think was a great song. You heard that one, right? That's with B and J.
yeah,
Yeah, that one's great. Um, then it's like you look at the rest of them, and it's just kind of like he just kind of had names in a hat and pulled them out, and whoever he pulled out was gonna be like who was on a song, like the single with I'm the One, right? Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne, Chance the Rapper, Quavo, right? That to me
yeah,
is that's overload, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all
yeah.
these dudes are great in their lane, but I don't know if they can make a great song together. You
I
know?
actually seen that song performed on the BT Awards.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's just a really long compilation album, man. It's 23 songs long, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, whatever, but yeah. I don't know if you heard Control by SZA.
not haven't checked that one out
It is
yet,
dope,
man.
man. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I need to be like put on all this stuff, man, cause I'm like, I'm not good with keeping up with what's
Yeah.
new and shit as far as music.
Yeah, and more recently also another one, Big Fish Theory by Vince Staples. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, man, I need to check that. I've been watching his interviews,
Yeah.
but I just been slacking as far as checking out the album. But I've definitely been like watching all the interviews he's been doing,
Yeah, he's
on
he's
online and
his
stuff. And it's
interviews are
like,
crazy.
yeah, I gotta check this dude out, man.
Yeah, like the crazy thing about that one is that it's not what you expect at all. Like Big Fish,
Really?
yeah, Vince Staples album. Everybody was expecting, kind of like I don't know, something very safe. It's not safe at all. Like a lot of the influence on
So
there
it's like
is,
basically this topic we're talking about like is something different for him.
I'd say so. I mean, the
So
drum
it's like,
programming, the
got you.
sounds used, it's like very almost EDM
See, now
influenced.
the thing with me is I've heard Vince Staples singles. I have never heard a Vince Staples album
Oh, okay.
before. So when I listen to this project, like I'm gonna listen to it differently than someone else. For me, it's gonna be like my introduction to him.
Right. Okay.
Like I have an idea of the style of music that he's made previously,
Yeah.
but I haven't listened to an album like just in entirety without skipping from Vince Staples. So
Yeah. Like I was shocked, man. Like I'm not shocked because I know he's a smart dude and stuff. And I remember my introduction to him was actually back in the day because he
yeah,
was down with some of the members of Odd Future and shit. So that was
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
how I started listening to him and shit. But yeah, Big Fish Theory is crazy, man. It doesn't like it's
What is it like? He's singing or something?
no, he's not singing, he's rapping, but it's just like
Okay.
the beat selection is totally not what you would expect. I mean, other than that, I can't say I've listened to too many other albums outside of that. I mean, Sid the Kid with Finn, I like that. You know, I liked a couple shits
That
this year.
Sid album is fire
That's what I was
though.
about to say. Yeah, Sid the Kid was fire. Yeah, man. So yeah, 2017 albums. There was some real hot shit, but outside of that, I mean, the year's not over yet. Still got a bunch
Right.
of shit to go. Um,
Yeah, we still got your album that's coming out, man.
yeah,
What
that
can you
too.
tell
Yeah.
people about that?
Yeah, I titled it "Warm," just cause I don't know, just living in Florida and shit. You know how it is, man. It's hot as fuck.
Right.
And outside of that, it's just kind of like I just wanted to make an album full of joints about relationships. Ups, downs, etc. I just kind of wanted to
Right.
do
That's
that.
your life.
Right. And yeah, like I released some of the songs on SoundCloud already. Some of them, like very few, maybe three will actually make it. But yeah, just in that vein, man. I've been working on it for like a couple months now. Like pretty long time now, actually. But you know how it is, man. You make a bunch of cuts. You don't like this. You don't like that. Maybe you like this. You might revisit
Yeah.
something and like it a lot more than you did previously. Shit like
Right.
that. So, but very soon, definitely in July it'll be out for sure.